Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. I'm honestly so happy you are here again. You probably seen the trailer, so yeah, we are talking about that pace in life when everything just feels stuck. When you are trying your best, you are doing all the right things, but still nothing seems to move forward. I being there too, many times actually, and honestly, it's not easy. That's feelings of waiting, overthinking, comparing yourself to others. It can really mess with your head sometimes, right? So today, I just want to talk about like a real conversation, no big advice, no fancy words, just me sharing what helped me when my life felt like it was standing still. So grab your tea or a coffee, get comfy, and let's talk about what really happens when life feels slow and how maybe, just maybe, you are not stuck. You are growing. So before we diving into the video, I would like to mention English is not my first language. English is my second language. So if someone's watch my videos fluent in English, profession in English, please feel free to share your gentle feedback in comments. I would really appreciate it. So this journey is learning through growing. So mistake is part of learning too. So let's diving into the video. Those moments when you are applying for a job, sending one applications after another and nobody replies. So when you are doing everything right, you praying, staying positive, improving yourself, and still there is no sign of progress. It's frustrating, right? You feel invisible, you start to lose motivations, and even simple things start to feel heavy. But honestly, what I learn is this: just because nothing changing around you doesn't mean nothing changing within you. Sometimes life slows you down because it wants you to catch up with yourself. When I first moved to Doha, I had this big energy, like, okay, new country, new opportunities, new beginnings. I was ready to shine again. I had more than 10 years of working experience in Sri Lanka, and I love interacting with people, and I really believe I would find something soon. But then week passed and month passed and still nothing. I applied to so many jobs. I lost count. Most of the time, there wasn't even a reply. And I remember every morning I would wake up, check my emails, hoping to see some interview updates, and every time silence. So that silence was so heavy. Silence is so heavy. I remember sitting with my cup of green tea one morning, standing outside and thinking, maybe my life is just stuck. I really believe that life has its own timing. It's like planting a seeds, you bury it in the dark soil, and for a while, there is a nothing to see. If you take care of it, but nothing seems to happen, then one day a tiny green leaf appears, and that's when you realize it was growing all along. That's exactly what happens to us when life feels slow. It doesn't mean you are not moving. You are just growing in silence. You are preparing for this next chapter. And I start listening to Jay Shetty podcast. I started journaling, writing down what I'm grateful for, even a small things. And I began practicing my communications. I talk to myself in English. Sometimes even record my voice just to see how I sound. Slowly I started noticing like little improvements, in my mindset, my energy, and my confidence. That quiet time in Doha, that little stuck time in Doha, the one I thought was my stuck pace, actually became my growth pace. It made me stronger and calmer. If I hadn't gone through that, I probably wouldn't have the courage to sit here today and talk to you. And I remember I was just thinking about how much my English and communications have improved since I came to Doha. When I first started, I used to feel shy sometimes. I would worry about my accent or whether people would understand me. But now, when I speak, I feel more natural, more confident, and I realize this confidence didn't come overnight. It came from all those quiet days I spent listening to podcasts, reading, practicing, talking to new people, and even doing small interviews. So sometimes when you feel like nothing's changing, please remind yourself, maybe something is changing, you just don't see it yet. Growth doesn't always make noise. sometimes it's happening quietly in your character, in your habits, in the way you speak, in the way you think. Actually, another moment that reminded me of this was when I adopted my cat Mochi. When I first found him, everything in my life felt a little uncertain. Work wasn't going as a plan, and I was constantly waiting for an answer from job applications. But suddenly, this tiny cat came into my life completely by surprise. First, I thought, okay, maybe this is going to be a distraction. But he brought so much warmth, comfort, and love into my days. There were times when I was home alone, feeling down, and Mochi would just come and curl up next to me like he knew exactly how I felt. It made me realize some things, even when life feels slow, it is still sending you a little blessing, little sign that you are not alone. And sometimes growth doesn't come a big achievements or a new job. Sometimes it comes in small, quiet forms like a new friendship, a habit you build, or a pet that changes your routine and teaches you patience. And that's what I mean when I say, even when life feels stuck, something is moving. Maybe it's your character strengthening, maybe it's your faith deepening. You just can't see it yet. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Trust the timing of your life. You are doing better than you think. One day you will look back and realize this pace wasn't a setback. It was a setup for something beautiful. So guys, until next time, stay patient, stay kind to yourself, and remember, you are not stuck, you are growing. So keep your dream alive, keep your mind positive. So until I'm back, thank you.